Now, this time next year, Britain will be getting ready to host the 2012 Olympics. Preparations for the big event are well underway, and like all big projects, there's sure to be a hiccup or two before we get to the finishing line. However, for all our sakes, let's just hope that the team of organisers aren't as clueless as our first guest character, who appears in a new BBC4 comedy about the run-up to the big games.
OK, right, the clock.
OK, yeah, clock is sensational.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but how does it work exactly?
OK. OK, so the thing with the clock is, OK, so here's the thing with the clock. OK, the great thing about the clock is that it's counting backwards.
Backwards in time or backwards in numbers?
Yeah, sure, either. I mean, both.
Right.
Absolutely, it's sensational.
It's pretty cool.
Can we have a word?
Totally, yeah.
Please welcome Jessica Hynes. Oh,
that looks really fun.
you know what? We've all met her, haven't we, at some point in our lives?
Yes.
She's a total blagger, isn't she?
Yes, she's kind of, yeah, that's probably being quite nice about her.
Well, I did have another word, but it's not suitable for broadcast.
She's quite, you know, I remember seeing the first episode for the first time and being kind of, because I remember having a lot of fun doing it and playing the part.
Fantastic cast.
I know, it's an amazing cast. Hugh Bonneville, who's just so amazing. I know, he's so brilliant. And Carl Theobald and Amelia Bullmore and Olivia Colman and Vincent Franklin. It's amazing kind of, amazing cast. But I remember seeing the first episode and loving it and, you know, thinking, oh, this is really, really good. But thinking about my character, she's kind of sort of repulsive in some ways. There's something about her.
You sort of want to punch her.
Yeah. And I kind of thought she would be a bit like that, but I was kind of shocked when I saw it.
This is like it's a docudrama, isn't it?
Yes, it's the same guy who did People Like Us, John Morton.
And The Office, isn't it?
And it's the same executive producer who did The Office, so it's kind of it's a great team, it's a great comedy.
How difficult is that to do, though? Because it looks improvised, it just looks, you know, like there isn't an exact script, is there?
There's a very, very exact, precise script with lots of very, very kind of tightly woven dialogues and lots of interjections. And so we kind of just I mean, we did a lot of rehearsing. You know, we'd always be rehearsing offset, trying to get the speed up and make sure we were all not treading on each other's lines and making sure we could really nail it.
So you're not ad-libbing round it then? It's all absolutely... Oh.
No, unless you know, unless that sort of John seen a bit of ad-libbing and sort of liked it and said, yeah, OK, you can keep that, but absolutely, generally, absolutely not at all. Yeah, so it's...
But it feels quite loose and ad-libbed.
Yes.
You portray the Olympics deliverance team.
Yes.
Deliverance kind of has a terrible connotation, doesn't it? Have the real Olympics deliverance team been involved in this at all?
Well, I went to see the screening, actually, with them, and Seb Coe, and he was there.
Was he squirming?
Was he laughing?
He seemed to really enjoy it. Actually, no, yeah,
Is he in it?
He makes a brief appearance, yes, he does.
Does he?
He does,
So they're quite happy to send themselves up, because you are playing a bunch of people that are completely useless.
Well, I think the thing as well is that they're not necessarily based on anyone specific. I think kind of John was just sort of really excited about the kind of idea of creating an imaginary kind of Olympic deliverance committee, because obviously there are people who you could say, OK, well, that's probably him and that's probably him, but they're absolutely not based on those people at all. They're just kind of, it's all out of kind of John's...
So how did they take it at the screening when they saw how awful you were, for example?
Well, they seem to really like it, actually. Yeah, I mean, there was one person who had spoken to me before the screening and then didn't look at me afterwards, and I'm not quite sure why. I don't know, I can't remember who it was, but I was sort of thinking, I wonder if... I don't know, but it was fine. But, you know, they seem to really enjoy it.
And did you manage to get a nosy down on the real Olympic site? Is any of it actually filmed down there?
We did do some filming kind of quite next to it. We kind of do a scene. It's definitely going up.
See, I don't trust us. I don't trust us. I think that this programme is going to sort of turn into reality. I do think our Olympic Games is probably going to turn into sort of an egg.
You mean this might go on until kind of... This series might go on until kind of 2014, then, you think, maybe, just waiting for the...
Well, a bit too close. I would imagine... I would be watching it thinking, oh, this is too close to the bone, this. And this is why, you know, it's interesting to know that they've seen it and
they really... I mean, you know, because it's so light-hearted and also it's you know, we're not kind of saying this is a disaster, the Olympics is a disaster. We're saying this team of people
Are incompetent.
are kind of funny
Yeah, but they've only
characters.
seen the
They take themselves too
first
seriously,
episode,
you
haven't
know.
they?
I think they saw the first and then I think the last, actually. So
I've read such good previews for this, and people are saying it's the modern-day Dad's Army, and I think that that's a real compliment.
yeah,
is
well,
a real
that is a compliment. Yeah.
Well, talking about dads, you have 3 children.
I do.
One son. Do you
Yes.
find the difference with boys versus girls? Do you buy into what we were saying about the rough and tumble and the levels of testosterone?
Well, I think, I mean, I don't know if, I wouldn't say that like that sort of testosterone aspect necessarily applies. I agree with you, Jenny. I think there's different types of boys as there are different girls, as there are different dads. You know,
Everyone's somewhere on a scale, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, there's some boys who really like that rough and tumble, and some who maybe don't so much. I think generally, but yeah, I mean, I know for myself that what some of the things I've really enjoyed doing with my son as he's been growing up are things like Lego, which isn't necessarily, but that my husband doesn't really enjoy laying out millions of bricks, whereas I actually do.
I quite like that.
Like some mad
So
woman.
therapeutic.
We could have gone into a few, you know, kind of time holes just in him doing that, and that's something that I would do with him. And Adam, his dad, wouldn't necessarily do that, but there are loads of other things that Adam, you know, does. I mean, in the end, it's you know, it's love and support, and wherever you get that from, you know, that's what really matters, isn't it? It's just the kind of, it's the love they get.
Speaking
but
of love,
yeah.
we love Cheryl. Tell us if she's coming back to the royal family. Is she still on some hideous diet next door?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I think there's probably, hopefully, going to be a new special.
A royal wedding
well,
special.
yeah,
She hasn't
I
got
don't
time
want
to
to
very much
reveal
time to
anything.
write it,
but
but-
there was some talk during the Christmas special.
To
Yeah,
watch
I
the
mean, it
royal
would be amazing.
wedding with the royal family.
On the same day. It's got to be on the same day,
Yes.
hasn't it?
Be
Yeah.
amazing. Like, live.
Yeah, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so Caroline's watching.
Yeah.
Get writing.
She's so brilliant.
She is, but maybe it's on tonight at 10 p.m. on BBC4.
Yeah,
your
BBC 4, 10
2012.
p.m. 2012. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, look forward to seeing you in there, and hopefully more royal families.
Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jessica Hynes.